Hello friends, welcome to the ASP.NET Core Blazor tutorial. In this tutorial we will see dependency injection in Blazor. Like as we already know, like what is the dependency injection. So basically a dependency injection, like one class is waiting to complete respective operation and depend on the other class. So that is the dependency. Like in this picture we can see like class A is depend on class B to do complete the class A work. So that is the dependency injection. So the dependency injection is basically a design pattern that help create a loosely coupled application design, and it provide maintainability and testability. The Blazor support dependency injection in both the Blazor server as well as the Blazor assembly web assembly app. The Blazor provide built-in service, and we can also build a custom service and use it with a component by injecting them via dependency injection. Like what I'm trying to say is like in the Blazor application there are some already built-in dependency injection, and we can create our services as well, and we can inject as a dependency. So this is the basically a dependency injection. And in this Blazor we have different type of dependency injection. Like first is the service lifetime. Like this service configuration, the Blazor app with a specific server service lifetime. Basically there are three lifetimes. One is the scoped, singleton and transient. But all these three lifetimes are not supported by Blazor. Some of them supported in Blazor server app, and some of them are supported in the Blazor web assembly app. So basically, like first is the scope, and what is the meaning of that? Like if I have defined service, like the service which we are going to inject, if that is injected using the scope, then basically like it will create the like instant of that service when we will load the, like first time when we are landing to that page, it will create the instant of that class, and when we reload that particular page, that time it will initiate that service. And next is the singleton, and we know about the singleton, like once only the application it initiate the particular service. So the so it says like it create and share the service instant throughout the application life. Both the Blazor server and the WebAssembly app support the lifetime of the service. And in the transient we can see like the service instant created every time when it is requested. So these are the basically three lifetime which we use in the Blazor, and all these three we will see within a means in a few minutes, like how we utilize all these three into the Blazor application. So there are some built-in service available into the Blazor application, and that are like first is the HTTP client. So this service provides the method for sending and receiving the HTTP information, like HTTP request and response, and this service is added as a singleton service in the Blazor server app. And next is the IJS runtime. So this service provides a method for JavaScript interrupt call. This single instance of this service created and shared per application into the Blazor WebAssembly. And next is the navigation manager. So this example we have seen into the previous tutorials, like how we use this navigation manager into this our Blazor application, like how we inject it into the application. And the use of this navigation manager, like if we are want to navigate from one component to the another component, then we use this navigation manager. And in this our application we can create the custom service as well, and we can inject that service into the Blazor application that we are going to see in this tutorial. So like previously as I explained, like this is the navigation manager dependency injection. Like this is a service basically which we have injected on this student page, and like we are injecting here to navigate from one component to the another component. But now in this tutorial what we will see, we have created like this application we have created into the previous tutorial. So we are going to continue with that application. So in this previous tutorial what we have implemented, we have implemented this student service here. Here we are showing some student information, and when we click on onto the particular information, we go to the student detail with the parameter, and we are showing the respective information. So first, like we can see here, it is showing click me. Let's change this name. So we can see, and let's change this name as a back. So here basically we are showing this student information. Now what we will do, like currently this information is coming as a like service, like we are creating an object of the services and we are utilizing. Now what we will do, we will create a service, like we will inject this service, and as a dependency we will utilize this information. So let's do that. So for that, what we have to do, we have to go to this Blazor app and into the startup.cs page, and here we have to inject those services. So here service. So first I am going to do with the transit, and here we will give the service name. So let's student info dot model dot iStudent service comma student info dot model dot student service. So here I have injected it, and the use of this add transit, like we have seen, every time it initiate, like whenever we go to that page, every time it initiate to the, like it create the instance of the class that we have seen, like when we are going through the lifetime of these dependency injections. So let's consume this one. So go to this student, and here we are going to inject that particular service. So for injecting, what we have to do, we have to write like @inject. So I have already copied. So here what we are doing, like @inject, that is used for injecting the service, and we are going to inject this iStudent service, and we have created same object like S1. So what I can do, I can remove it from here, because now this is not needed, and this initialization also not needed now in this case. And same we will inject inside this student detail also. So let's inject here as well, and from here we will remove the particular information. So let's remove it from here. Now build the application once. So it will build our application. So what we have done as of now, like first we are injecting our service, like we are adding it as a transit, and we are consuming both the services here, and then we are injecting that service, iStudent service, on both the Razor component. And now we are not initializing, like when we use like in this page, startup page, when we use this add transit, it means like it initialize automatically, and whenever we will use this page or landing to this page, every time it will initialize to that property. So let's run this application now, and we'll see, like on the browser it should work as it was working before. Like we should see on the student page the student information, and when we click on that link, it should show the full information of that student. So like when we have come to this student, and we can see like current time, you see like it's a 7:42:57. When I go to this student information, we can see like it is changing to 7:43:3, and we will go back, we can see like it is changing the time. So we can say like every time it is initializing, because this date time we are initializing into the constructor of that class. So every time it is initializing to this. Now let's change this add transit with the singleton. So here what it will do, it once in a time it initiate, like once only it initiate throughout the life, and again it will not initiate. So let's run this application and we will see the time, like it will once it will change and again it will not change. So that is the use of this singleton. So let's go to here and we can see like current time is 7:44:01, and when we go here we can see the time is similar. Even when I load this page, we can see the time will be the same, like 7:44:01. So we can see this time. Now the third lifetime which I am going to use is the add scoped. And the difference between the add singleton and add scope is that like both are similar, but in case of scoped, when we reload that page, it initiate again. So that is the difference between these two. So let's run this application first. So first I have to rebuild it. And then we will run and we'll see like it should work as we expected. Like when we reload that page, then only it should change the time. So that is the difference between the add singleton and add scoped and the Blazor. So let's go to this student and we can see the current time is 7:45:14, and when I click on this we can see the time is similar, 7:45:14, and we can see, but when I reload this page, this time will change, and we can see like the current time is 26, and when I reload it is changing to 30, but when I click on this the time will be the similar, like 7:45:30. Even when I click on this, 7:45:30. So that is the difference between all these three lifetime into the dependency injection. So as a summary, like what we have done previously, we were creating and initiating particular that student service inside the code, and we were not injecting as a dependency injection. So later what changes we did into the startup class, we have added the services here as a lifetime of this Blazor, like scope, singleton and the transit, and then we are injecting particular service here, and when we use it as a dependency injection, that time for us it's not need to initialize, like its work like when we add as a service, here only it initialize. That's why here it is not necessary to the initialize the class. So that is all about the dependency injection into the Blazor. So if you have any question or doubt, please comment. Thank you.